I shouldn't have. I should have left that on. Okay. All right, so come back to our graph here, guys. So we're going to start at 30, halfway up at 7.5, maximum at 15, halfway down, and then done with one round. And we said, that was so fun, let's do it again. And then we go up, and then boom, and then boom. So if I graph it, it's going to look like this. And again, it's making a sine wave. And someone could argue, couldn't it be represented as a cosine wave? And the answer is, yeah, sure. You just have to change the phase shift. Okay, so now writing the equation, Peyton already told us that the amplitude is 260. Josh, you already told us what B would be. If we want the period to be 30, what is it? Awesome. What is our new midline? 290. And then how do we figure out the horizontal shift? Do you remember what we did on the last one? I'm going to just say, well, sine is normally here. So I'm going to draw a line over and down and say, oh, okay, how much do we have to go over? And once again, it's what? 7.5. So I'm going to put all of that together, and I'm going to get our function that's modeling this is going to be 260, that's the amplitude, sine of pi over 15. And then we're going to do theta minus 7.5. Make sure you close both parentheses. Oh, man. I'm running out of room here. All right. Technology is great. And then plus 290. Okay, and then if you wanted to, how could you check your work? You graph it. It matches. We're happy, okay? Cool. I'm not really going to do that right now because I want to get to our next activity. What we're going to do now is see, do we see this in other areas besides Ferris wheels? And the answer is absolutely. One of them is going to be in temperature. If we're looking at, this is going to represent a city's average monthly low temperature. You can see that in January, that was the first month, there was a low temperature. And then what happened? It got warmer. And then it got colder, and it kind of got back to where it was. Do you see how that can kind of resemble a sine wave? All right, so here's what... Okay, so now, pause with me. If you were just looking at this, could you figure out an estimate for the maximum? Yeah, it's just going to be like this one, right? Okay, what about the minimum? That. So could you figure out the midline? It's just the halfway between those two. Could you then figure out the amplitude? That's going to be the distance from the midline to the max and min. Could you figure out, so let's talk about this. If we're talking about seasons, what is the length of one cycle? When does it just repeat itself? Every year, right? If we're doing it for months, what is that going to be? 12 months, okay? So we're going to have to think on that and think, if I want my period to be 12 months, what do I need to let B be to give me that? And then on this, what is my phase shift if I have to go over like this? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split you guys up into buddies, and each buddy is going to be given a city. And you're going to be given the average low temperature of that city. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a graph from this. Then from that graph, you're going to try to come up with the equation that models it. You're going to do your best to estimate the amplitude, what B would be to give you the period of 12 months, the phase shift, and the midline, and then you're going to check it on a calculator. Doesn't that sound like so much fun? Okay, but I'm going to make it a little bit different. I'm going to have you guys come to me. So, first group, we got, so everyone, while I'm assigning, you're going to choose a buddy, okay? So, Mikkel and Oak, are you buddies? Great. You guys, oh, I'm sorry, we get Salt Lake City. That's not very exotic. Okay, Josh, who's your buddy? You don't have one? Okay, I'll find a buddy for you. Allie, who's your buddy? You guys get New York. Okay, who's your buddy, Peyton? Okay, que Buenos Aires. All right, Charlie, who's your buddy? You don't have one? You and Josh get to be buddies. So Josh, you can move back, or Charlie, you move up. Come on up. Who's next? Kara, Brandon, one of you come up. Adam, who's your buddy? Okay, so then Micah, why don't you move up? You a Tyra. Okay, you guys also get Salt Lake City. You guys are going to get New York. Who have I? Micah or Hiram, come get one. And then Josh, you got that. Alright guys, and don't make your graph teeny tiny, but don't make it so complicated it takes you 10 minutes. Yes, you can write on anything I just gave you. So I want you to have your graph done within 3 or 4 minutes, and then start coming up with the equation, okay? Don't make it too exact or precise, just get it going.